television shows here. All right, let me see here. It looks like, we're bouncing back to some citizens, and if you spoke last week and you're at the top of the citizen list and you're wondering why I didn't come to you, because when I exhaust the list of people who didn't speak, then I will get to you. So that way it's fair and even with everybody, okay? Because I actually remember most of the names in my head. It looks like Fernanda, and I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time reading your writing here. What's your last name?
Gonzalez.
Oh, Gonzalez. Okay, I thought that was an L, see? That's all right, here you go. Hold the mic up.
All right. For our new mayor, I'm asking, what can you do with the violence? Guys get away with murder, shot our kids, and get away. Bail it out, they got the money, they're out in the streets again. Can you help us? We got all victims in here. The workers work with us, Mrs. Phyllis Lopes, Cecil Lopes, Erica, all of Levy, Green, Evie, Stevie, and we got more. David is more, they're all around. This is too much. Christmas coming, you can't do nothing. My son was killed November 20. On November 20, like 2 years ago. Still nothing. They know a lot. They don't want to talk about it. What can you help us?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I know that's difficult. All right, the next individual is, kind of puts things in perspective, huh, folks, is Nick Baptiste. Nick, where are you? After Nick, we're going to go to John Clark. Mr. Clark, if you could raise your hand. So Mr.
He's right
Clark,
behind you. I'll take that one.
Thank you, Evan. My name is Nick Baptiste. I'm a resident here in New Bedford as well as a small business owner. My definition of democracy is the common people considered as the primary source of political power, and it's in that vein that I thank Mr. Lang for allowing myself and all the other citizens of New Bedford an open forum like this to bring our ideas to the table. I have 3 major points to address, and I believe they're all closely related. The issue of education is obviously tops on everyone's list. Recent budget cuts have ended programs like Talent Search and Upward Bound, which give at-risk teens the tools to attend college. Short of reinstating these programs, I propose a mandatory course for all youths in the city, a course that connects their classwork with their opportunities once they enter the workforce, because oftentimes students lose sight of what they are working towards without proper guidance. Other topics include study skills, resume building, job interview training, and other curriculum aimed at preventing youngsters from turning to a life of crime. Crime is clearly another hot-button topic in the city of New Bedford, and although not a new idea, I would like to bring to the table the establishment of a witness protection program. If the state will not allow funding, alternate methods must be sought out. With murderers intimidating witnesses and walking the streets of our city, no citizen can confidently allow their children to play in the streets. Unsolved murders also make our city an attractive home for more violent criminals. Finally, the problem of crime on our streets is a direct result of a lack of opportunity in our community, which is why the commuter rail project is one of such importance to our city. In traveling this state, I have seen what access to the economic marketplace of a city like Boston can do for a city or town. The commuter rail would also lessen the phenomenon of our most talented young people leaving the city to pursue careers they can't pursue here in New Bedford. In addition, current areas of crime and poverty could be converted into neighborhoods where young professionals gain affordable housing. Rehabilitating this city is not an overnight process, but with the guidance of a new administration and most importantly, the continued input and efforts of this community, this beautiful city, rich in culture and history, can reach its full potential.
Thank you, Nick. Kenny, Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark, John Clark. We have another John Clark here? Bob Clark, I know.
It says John Clark here.
Yeah, this is Bob Clark. That's my mistake.
Yeah, right, okay. And you're John Clark? And you're yielding your time. To who? To anybody? Next on the list? Okay, all right, next on the list, Dan Pudgett from Cherry Tree Lane. Dan? Okay, you gonna get it, Ken? Good, he's running over there, and then we'll do a couple of more residents. I know a lot of people want to speak, and I'm going in order as people sign the list. It's the fairest thing that we can think of.
Hi, my name's Dan, and it's interesting how only around the holidays people care about homelessness. And something me and my friends have been talking about for years, we all went to UMass Dartmouth, we decided to stay in New Bedford because we love this city, is let's try to get a weekly food kitchen going on. I know my friends in Providence do it all the time in Federal Hill, get local businesses to donate food that they'd normally throw away, like day-old cake, day-old bagels, leftover salad. And every Sunday, for an hour, I'm willing to help run it if people want to talk to me later. You can find a public school or a church and get together and just give out food to people. Don't ignore them.
All right, the next resident here on the top of my list, it looks like Aline, I'm sorry, your last name is, I cannot read your writing, and I apologize for that, ma'am. Hold on, I'm coming to you. Okay, what's your last name, Aline?
Last name's Guimont.
Okay, Miss Guimont, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say I'm born and brought up here, and I have kind of a dream about it. It upsets me. When I was a kid, I did all my shopping in New Bedford. Where do your kids shop, at the mall? What mall? Dartmouth, Swansea? Because I go up there to shop myself because there's nothing here to get. And when I get up there, that's what I see. Our kids hanging out at Dartmouth Mall, Swansea Mall, even at the Emerald Mall. That's pretty bad. I used to walk the streets. All the stores were open. There's got to be something that this city can do, and maybe this mayor can get somebody to do, to give some incentives for some stores to come back. So that when a person needs a pair of shoes to go to a wedding or to some kind of special occasion, they can walk downtown and get it. There is nothing here. Up the North End, you might find a few stores, boutiques. Even our Walmart is in Fairhaven. I know maybe people don't look at it the way I do because a lot of people have cars and stuff. But there's a lot of people in my building who don't have cars. I happen to have one. There's a lot of people in my building who don't have cars. They can't even go out and buy clothes. It's a damn shame. People who lived here all their lives. And when I was a kid, we used to walk hand in hand with the police. Didn't lock the doors. I'm not that naive that I think that's going to come back. But damn, I think we could work at getting something close to it. I wish I could do more. So if anybody needs my help to do something, I'm here. I'm in a scooter, but I'm here. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Aline. I appreciate that. Ken?
Chuck Smiler, where's Chuck? Hi, Chuck. 15 seconds on trash. I do think there are jobs we should hire youth to do, but if you want to live in a city without trash, pick up the trash yourself every day in front of your house, in front of your neighbor's house, down the block. That's the only way. You can mutter under your breath about whoever put it there. I happen to live 1 coffee cup's distance away from the Dunkin' Donuts. Every day when I walk my dogs, I pick up the trash. I'd like to speak tonight about the Ernestina. In some ways, it's symbolic of our opportunities and our problems here in New Bedford. It's a great physical resource. It represents a lot of the aspects of New Bedford's past and present. It was a Grand Banks fishing schooner. It's the oldest fishing boat available or afloat and tied up to a dock in the city of New Bedford. We have a fishing fleet, but that one's the oldest. It's a transatlantic commerce and immigration, especially, of course, the Cape Verdeans, exploitation of abundant resources, not unlike the whales, but Fortunately, the fish are still there, but we need to manage scarce resources. It represents wooden shipbuilding, which was strong in Mattapoisett, in Fairhaven, and still is at Kelly's. Arctic exploration, the spirit of the 19th century, community awareness. It could be a focal point for a new community unity of the sort that Scott Lang spoke about tonight, but its problems represent that problem which we have, which is coming together and acting together. There are a lot of diverse interests in the Ernestina.
1 minute, sir.
Of course, the Cape Verdean community, the wooden boat industry, the fishing industry could be, but we haven't yet come together and put the kind of pressure we need to on the Commonwealth to come up with its share. It belongs, of course, to the Commonwealth. But it's ported here, and we can do more if we rally around. Otherwise, it's going to sit at the dock and not be the kind of resource for the community that it could be.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to hear from a couple of youth, and we're getting close, so I just want to remind folks, if you did speak last week, and it does slip my mind, if you could yield your mic to someone who didn't speak, I would greatly appreciate that. 2 more youths. Joshua Cruz. Where are you, Josh? Joshua, are you with us? No? You signed in and are gone? Okay. Audrey Riding, it looks like. Audrey, is that you? Okay. Ken, can you get Audrey?
Yes, I can.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Oh, absolutely. Right after Audrey.
Hi, my name is Audrey Riding, and I would like to start off by just, seems like they left, but commending the youth. I see a couple still present. They had some fabulous ideas. I want to support them. Also the gentleman sitting over to my left. I'm also here as a youth to talk about our education system. There's been a lot of talk of the school system is failing our kids. We like to point at the teachers. We like to point at the curriculum. However, I don't feel the teachers are the problem. I don't feel the traditional math and English, that's not the problem. What I've seen that a lot of people don't hear about is kept very hush-hush. There is a group of kids, and it's a very small group of kids, who go to school just to cause trouble, literally to cause trouble. It's gotten so far that they rule the school. There are teachers who are physically getting assaulted. They don't want to teach anymore. The state, they're encouraging, oh, we need more teachers, we need more teachers. Teachers are getting assaulted, they cannot do their job. They're also getting harmed, and it's hurting their families. These kids who are troublemakers, I don't think you should throw them out of school. I don't think it is right to put them on the streets. However, all they get is a slap on the wrist. There's no sense of reality for these kids. Maybe that comes from home, maybe that comes from the streets. But I think our job is to help them realize the opportunity they have with this education system. I've been from preschool all the way to my senior year now. I have the opportunity to go to Ivy League school, whatever school I choose, because I've had such a great backing. But these kids who are troublemakers, maybe we should design programs like, hey, you know what? You're a habitual offender. Why don't you go spend a day with an inmate who's doing hard time? Let you see what it's like in the pen. Or, hey, why don't you go out for a week, be a garbage man? Do some of the jobs that traditionally you don't want to think of yourself as in the future.
1 minute.
Basically, we need to make these kids realize why the school system is here. They don't have to pay to go to school. You go to other countries, such as Portugal, you go up to a certain grade, like the 4th grader, I'm not sure exactly what it is, and then you have to pay. These kids are given such a good opportunity, and it's time that we help them realize that. Not by kicking them out on the streets, but giving them a slap in the face, hitting them where it hurts, so they realize what's going on. Thank you.
All right. Now we're going to hear from one more youth, Dylan Van Duzen. That's right. Dylan's an outstanding 10-year-old here. I happen to know him from the theater. He's a great little actor, too, on top of that. Come on, stand up. It's only me, Dylan, huh? How many things have we done together? Here you go. You got to give me back my mic, right?
I'd just like to say that I've had a couple of ideas for the school systems, and I kind of taken a little bit of my ideas from what other people have said, and I've just been saying that before somebody said something about counselors in the schools. Well, every day I go to school and I barely see my counselor. I probably see her once every month. So I'm thinking that we should get more counselors in the schools so that instead of boosting our time with the counselors, we can get more counselors in the schools so that they can see different kids every day.
Outstanding, Dylan. Thank you very, very much. All right, we got one more citizen to speak with, and that goes to, if you could, that goes to Audrey in the back, okay? One more citizen to speak with, and then we're going to have some remarks from Mayor-elect Scott Lang, and then God Bless America, I believe, with our wonderful vocalist, whose name I'm sparing, Valerie Amaral, and Bobby Ali on the piano. So one more citizen. We did the youth. Let me wrap it up here. I've been going in order. So far, I've been keeping track, 37 individuals in 2 hours, which is twice as many as last week. Twice as many. If I've been on the list in order, some people have been asking me to skip it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I want to be fair to everybody. The last citizen I have here is Elisa Resendiz. Lisa? Very good. Mr. Pittman's going to help you out, Lisa. And don't forget, next Wednesday, we'll be at Voc, and if you, I didn't have any, I only had one repeat tonight, one individual who spoke last week, so I think we've done a pretty good job. Lisa?
Hi, thank you. My name is Lisa Resendiz, and I live here in New Bedford. I have 2 children, a 16-year-old at New Bedford High School and a 6-year-old here at Carnegie Academy. Does anybody remember Positively Youth? When we grew up, we had Positively Youth. We had dances on the weekends. We had summer jobs. That's everyone tonight, I think, spoke and touched on the youth, but nobody really suggested an idea. And I think if we bring back Positively Youth, I think that would be wonderful. When I was a kid, we had so much to do. The great Miss Phyllis Lopes used to organize the pageants at the Elks. We had the block parties. The great Mr. Armin Marchand, who apparently left, directed me in South Pacific. I was so busy I didn't have time to be on the street. I mean, my mother, Flora Senna, had us involved in everything, and I think that's what we need to do. The other thing is employment, jobs, not just for the youth, but for people like me who need a good job. The other problem that I see, and I don't have an idea as to a way to combat it, but is the exorbitant amount of rent that people have to pay in this city. I know that in other cities and probably other states they have what they call rent control. New Bedford is a low-income city. What are people doing paying $900 a month for rent? I'm fortunate that I own my own home, but some of these people's rents are more than my mortgage. I commend the gentleman that spoke earlier about the first-time home buyers program. When I bought my house, I didn't think I could buy it. I was directed by many different people, and it happened for me. And I passed that information on to a few of my friends who went on to buy their first homes as well. So I think that that's important. The third thing is I live right on Middle Street, right between Chancery and Park. It's a hot zone. We would really like to see permanent police patrols there, not just after something happens, but all the time. And I just think that it's important when you have that presence there in the trouble spots, you know, wherever they happen to be, United Front, Monty's, wherever it is. Nowadays, it doesn't matter where you live; it's all over. So that's what I would like. That's what I would like to see happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, I'm going to do one more quick scene here from South Coast 247.com, and then we're going to do some closing comments. If you could stay to the very end, we're going to close with God Bless America, and we're going to ask for the audience participation in doing that. Again, are you ready? You tell me when you're ready. Again, for those ideas that didn't get heard tonight, we got to a lot of people, 38 by my count, because Lisa was 38. We're going to read some tomorrow between 11 and 1. There'll be a representative, hopefully, from the Scott Lang transition team and myself and you, the callers and the listeners, and we'll go through those. And next Thursday and the Thursday after, because tomorrow my show on WBSM 1420, we're going to do the ideas we didn't get to from last week. And next week, the ideas that we didn't get to from tonight. So this way, it's extended an extra week to keep it going through the holiday season. All right? If you are ready, sir?
I need your help about 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, you never helped me. You didn't care.
Well, if you wanted help. I say, if you wanted help, why didn't you ask? Why didn't you just ask me, kid?
Look, I asked, but you never heard nothing.
You're like a season that don't change.
Hey, you don't talk to her like this.
I'm not no tomato can you kick her out.
Boy,
no! Yeah!
You call Duke. You tell him I'll fight Kane. I don't care. Anywhere, anytime.
Tell him I'll fight him anywhere, anytime. Very quickly here, some closing comments. Allow me to thank each and every one of you that attended here tonight, and each and every one of you that are tuning in on WBSM. A special thanks to all you awesome folks who shared their great ideas with us. We're grateful to all the neighborhood associations in this awesome city of New Bedford, and historical city, I may add. Our appreciation is extended to this evening's panelists, Mr. Pete Braley, Mr. Jim Phillips, Letitia Silva, and Suzanne Braga. Also, to all the elected officials, some came in a little late because they were in meetings. Again, if you could just stand to be recognized very quickly, I would appreciate it for those that did come in. No, I guess guys don't want to stand here, and I don't want them to the list. There you go. Nancy started it. Representative Cabral, Representative Cazzaro, Representative Quinn, and Representative Canessa, and I know the City Council was in a meeting. All right. I myself personally, Evan Rousseau, like to thank you for being so kind and patient with me. I'd like to thank Mr. Ken Pittman for helping me and keeping things going. We'll be back next week to do this. Before this ends, we're going to give Mr. Lang the microphone for some closing comments, and then we're going to hear from Valerie Amaral and Bobby Lee on the piano, and hopefully you all sing along, okay? Mr. Lang.
Thank you very much, Evan. First, thanks everyone again for coming out tonight. It keeps the ideas flowing. It's very, very important. And again, I'm very, very heartened by it, and everyone in this room, obviously, everyone who's going to watch this on TV. Once again, I want that government access channel covering these events. It's very important because more people will get to see them. More people will get ideas. That's a government channel, that's public access. We should have them here tonight. Now, and I can tell you, when I'm mayor, they will be covering events like this regularly so you can see what's going on in the city. Now, here's what I want to say, and I'm going to be very brief. This is a very important process because it means people are stepping forward. People are stepping forward and say they want to help in this community. They're sharing ideas. You're all sharing ideas. Next, we're going to share energy. We're actually going to be out there volunteering, helping solve problems together, which is exactly what we're coming together to do. I have some things that I want to say very quickly. The commercials, the spots tonight by 24/7, out there in Radio Land, you can't see them. They're great. I'm hoping that the TV channels will pick them up. They're light humor, they're creative, but it's just another spin on how we can make this city great by using our art community and our young people in the community to promote this city. As far as the ideas, as far as my notes go, as far as all the emails that are being sent, as far as the letters that are being sent, the phone calls we're getting, we're cataloging them. we will use those ideas. We will springboard from those ideas. Picture us sprinting down the high hurdle or the broad jump. That's what we're doing with the ideas. It's catapulting us to another level. So keep them coming. I've seen some great energy in those ideas, and it's helping formulate where we're going to go the next several months. There is no problem we can't solve if we work together. There is strength in numbers. What I indicated last week, what I'm saying again tonight is this. If we stand together, if we band together like links in a chain, we will attain greatness in the city for all the people in the city. And that's what we need to do. That's what this is all about. So I thank you very, very much for participating. Next week, Vogue. Pour out again. More people. Let's make Vogue the grand finale for now. And then 3 weeks later, we will come out just like being shot out of a cannon again, and we'll start tackling the master plan, and we'll start tackling the key issues that face this city. I hear each and every one of you when you speak. I know exactly what you're telling me that you want city government to do. It is searing in my brain. When you look at me and speak, or you look at this TV and speak, I understand exactly what you expect of your government, and I'm going to do everything I can to work with you to bring that about. And what I'd like to do now is introduce Valerie Amaral, who is going to sing God Bless America. Bobby Lee is going to accompany her on the piano, and I will see you in 1 week. We have plenty of buttons up here. Please come get your buttons. And last but not least, I think we have a ton of donuts and pizza, which is my #1 dinner product. That's my food source. Those are the food groups. Come up and socialize and have fun. Here's Valerie.
And before I toss it to Valerie, folks, just a quick thing. If you have a bottle of water, if you could take your trash with you on the way out, that would be just totally awesome. And very quickly, again, Neighborhoods United, Mayor-elect Scott Lang's transition team, Medium Studio, more on Isherwood Communications, The Standard Times, SouthCoast247.com, The Weekly Compass, WBSM 1420 AM, Donut, Greater New Bedford Regional Vocational and Technical High School, Comcast News 9, New Bedford Public Access Television, New Bedford Public Schools, and Arabi Entertainment. My name is Evan Rousseau. Thank you. And if you could just either stand or hold your seats while God Bless America is being sung, I would personally appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bobby Lee and Valerie Amaral.
Hi. Sing along if you know the words, please. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountain to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Valerie Amaral, come on, give it up. Next week, Greater New Bedford Regional Vocational Technical High School on Ashley Boulevard, an awesome school.